Welcome to the Melanated World Network. Produced by DM3 Entertainment. Letting you know that melanin is sexy. And learn to love melanin masculinity. And letting the ladies know that virtuous femininity is your superpower. And encouraging men to be on their purpose. And the ultimate goal is a melanated nuclear family by any means necessary. So sit back and enjoy yourself, and you might learn something. What's up, world? I'm back with another video. I've been gone for a while, but I said I need to get back on topic, get back on the grind, and also clear out my computer of all these different clips that I got so that I can keep giving y'all content. So with this video, I'm coming back to the community and giving my perspective on what we need to be focused on, and especially our young sisters out here, what they should be focused on. So today's clip, and as y'all read it and y'all clicked on it, is should younger women be marrying older men? So we're going to get into these clips and we're going to check it out. And here's the first one. So let's go.
They see it as taboo for a woman to date an older man, even though many women are naturally attracted to us, the older guys, or you can call them OGs like I do. What is it that makes us so attractive to these young women? It's simple. We have traits that they find irresistible. For one, we are more mature, we have more experiences, which has given us a level of wisdom and insight that younger men simply don't have. This level of maturity is exactly what many younger women are looking for in a partner. They want someone who is ready to commit to a serious relationship, someone who is past the stage of just wanting to smash and be a player. Another trait that makes us irresistible to younger women is our experience. Not just pounding them guts, not just in the bed, but in relationships as well. We have seen more, we have dated more people, and we have been in more relationships. We know what women want. We understand that sex is not just for men, but for women too. We treat women with more understanding, respect, and patience than younger men. We look at the big picture, and we have more patience to get to the root of the problem and resolve any issues. Some women prefer older men because of their daddy issue.
Okay, let's stop right there before we move on to the next part having to do with daddy issues. Like he broke it down earlier, saying that, you know, when you're an older man, and this is something that young ladies should realize, when you're dealing with an older man, a mature man, a man who has his mind together, we're past that stage of, I put it as in hunting mode or savage mode, where our whole goal is to just get as many women on our belt as possible. When you start to get older, you realize that this is nonsense. This is something that you should not be doing. You're trying to find a soulmate, someone that you could spend the time that you've been blessed with on this earth and nurture and build and have a family with. This is what your goal is. So I had to put that up there. Now he's going to get into this daddy issue. Let's see what he has to say.
These women have had difficult relationships with their fathers, and they're looking for someone who can offer them the mentorship and advice that they probably missed out during their childhood. But don't get it twisted. They want someone who is the opposite of their father, someone who can help them repair their wounds of their past. As older men, we are also more sure about what we want in life. You know, we got our minds made up. We have spent more time working on ourselves, building ourselves up. We have a future planned out. We want someone to share our future with, someone who can slot into our lives and be a part of our plans, someone who can fit into our system. But this level of certainty is something that younger women find incredibly sexy and attractive. You gotta show a woman more than sex. But as OGs, we are more financially stable. We are on our purpose. We know how to invest our money in things that will offer a more stable future. And we understand the value of assets like houses, cars. Younger women find this stability incredibly attractive. I'm giving y'all free game. And it gives them a sense of security that they crave. When these women can't find a man who display these characteristics, she claims she is single by choice. Y'all see my video. She is single by choice and is working on herself, which for most women is a dangerous situation to be in. When you aren't covered by a man, you'll have to battle the temptation of busting it open during your so-called building myself phase. This building myself up. I'm working on myself. This is also a dangerous place for a woman to be in because her meaning of building herself isn't aligned with optimizing herself to be a suitable mate, the man she desired, for the man she desired. That's not what she's doing when she says she's building herself. It's not. Ask a woman who's building herself. Ask her, does her building herself involve anything about a man, anything about a relationship, anything about being a wife? It does the complete opposite because she'll prioritize providing her own stability and security that she can't get from a man at the moment, which in turns make her masculine, takes away time from pursuing qualities and traits that make her a suitable wife. She'll swiftly become a career woman. So when it's all said and done, in conclusion, my fellow men, being an older guy has his advantages when it comes to attracting younger women. It just does. We offer them a safe and secure future, and we treat them with the respect and understanding that they deserve.
Now, hopefully you got a lot of good benefit from this first clip. Him saying that if women choose an older man, sometimes it's because they have daddy issues. And the daddy issues, we're not saying that they are the ones who are not smart enough to realize that you're not supposed to chase the negativity of your daddy issues, but to find someone who can solve those issues of your daddy issues itself. And also to know that an older man should be already established. He should have a home. He should have a stable job. He should understand how to treat a woman by the time he looks to settle down with someone. And this is the reason why younger women should be trying to deal with an older man. And vice versa, a younger man should not worry about even trying to settle down with a woman until he is able to build his empire, his castle, his place to call home for him and his woman. So hopefully, like I said earlier, you got benefit from that. And that's the first clip. Now let's move on to the next clip. And this young lady is going to explain another reason why younger women should be focused on establishing a good relationship with an older man. Let's go.
An older man or date an older man. This has been really well known and documented in the Eastern world. American people don't understand this. Western people don't get this, and I don't know why. But you need to wake up, okay? Men are spiritually, emotionally, and physically 7 to 8 years younger than you if you are the same age. So I'm 40, so a 40-year-old man and me, we're not the same age. Emotionally, physically, and spiritually, we are not the same age. So if I was to marry someone who was 40, the same age as me, he would actually be about 32. And can you already see what the problem would be there? I would be trying to go right and he would be trying to go left because we're not on the same page. Now there's some women, very few I've met in my 10 years of doing this with you guys and in my own personal life that can marry someone their same age, a couple years older or younger, and pull this off. But if you're in that situation, you pretty much have to lay down and play dead to get that to work. When my daughter was little, if she didn't want to go somewhere or she didn't want to leave somewhere, she would turn into what I would call Lucy Noodle. She would get all noodly and you would have to pretty much just like drag her out of there. Like you'd have to pick her up. That's how you're going to have to be if you want to make that work. So for those of you guys that are in fake relationships with no status and you're pretending to play wife but you're not wife, right? And he's the same age, like you should be even less interested in that relationship. So if you are over the age of 22, you don't date in the 20s. If you're over the age of 32, you don't date in the 30s. If you are over the age of 42, you do not date in your 40s. The men should not be in that decade, and you'll be all right. It is just easier for men and for you to be in that protector, provider role because that's what we have done for the most part of our human history, and it just works better. It works better because now you're not having to train a child how to love you. The other thing that like really, it's like quite interesting to watch play out here in the United States, and all of the literature. You guys know this is what I studied in school, and I've spent decades studying this stuff. Is that all of the literature around marriage and counseling and all of that is around how you can train someone to act like they love you, instead of knowing how to have that gut level reaction from them where they can't live without you. They worship the ground that they walk on. It's just like, you say this and then I'll say this and then I'll do this and you do this, and this is what loves look like and this is how we do this. And it's like it's like all surface level training. You can train him to behave a certain way if you threaten him enough and take him to therapy enough. But you know that it's not like that gut level reaction. You know it, because that feels very different. You don't have to drag someone to that. You know it. You know that.
Now, in this second clip, you notice what she said, that men and women mentally, emotionally mature on different levels. Most of the time, a high percentage of the time, a woman is going to be mentally more mature than a man. She's going to be prepared and ready to be married before a man. So a smart young lady would understand there is no need to try to look at mates or people to marry in their same age group. What they should be looking for is someone who is older than them, who is an individual who is together, not a man just because he's older, but a man who is older and is not trying to live his second childhood. A man knowing that he has already been a child, he has already been a youth. It is now time for him to grow up and be responsible and to forge a path for him and his woman to be successful in life. And this is what she's trying to explain to you, and hopefully you understand that. And the other part that she tried to say, women, don't try to manipulate, do not try to make a man love you or try to make a man into what you want him to be. Take a man for who he is, and that way you and him can grow together and be in happiness by natural occurrences. We have to get back to nature and stop telling people, oh, this is the 20th century. What you think is old. No. What a person thinks is nature, is natural. It is what the Lord had set for us as people to do. So I won't go any farther with that. Let's get into this next clip. And as all y'all know, in the next clip, it's a Muslim sister. I'm a Muslim man, and I'm definitely always going to try to hit you with some Islamic knowledge. So here we go.
Was always like, by 24 I'm going to be married, and that was late for me. I want to start having kids, before I'm 30, and I wanted to get married really young, and I wanted to start my family young, because for me it was like, my life's going to start when I get married. And a lot of women do think that, and it is true in some ways. You have a different life before marriage and after marriage. But when I went to university, I thought, right, inshallah, I'll meet someone. If I'm honest, I don't know where all the good brothers were. Not that there's not good brothers, but most of the men at university were just interested in one thing. It was never really marriage. It's not their fault, they're young men. Of course, they're not going to be interested in getting married at 21, 22. Realistically, if you want to get married for a woman, I'm going to be honest, look higher than your age. There's nothing wrong with having a man that's older than you.
Well, there you go. I gave you 3 different opinions on why, as a younger woman, you should be looking towards getting married to an older man. As you see with the Muslim sister, the Muslima, what she said at the end, she explained that she wanted to be married by 24 and have her children by 30. Now, to me being a father who has already had my children, and I have my children at 35, and I still have lots of life now, and my kids are all grown, and I'm an empty nester now. So, like the young lady say, if you marry at a younger age, you have your children, when they reach the age of their 20s, you still have lots of time, inshallah, God willing, and you can move forward and do lots of other things. So you should not be putting off what God has already said you should do. Meaning what she did was, while she's in college, look for a man who's established. You know, she looked at young men that were in school, but while you're in school, a lot of times brothers are not focused on marriage. They're focused on partying and having a good time. But if you're a young lady in college and you look at an older man who is already established and has himself together, then he would say, okay, I'm marrying this younger woman, but she's going to school. I'll support her because I'm working. The household's taken care of. You can focus on your schoolwork. You can focus on your studies and everything else while he maintains the household that you live in. And it can work out in a lovely way where you don't get in the situation that a lot of modern women have today, where they study in school, they focus on school, they focus on their degrees, they make all this money, but then they get to an age where they're old and now they are a harder person to get married. Not saying they can't get married, but why make life hard when you can make it easy? You are blessed by God to have beauty. Use your beauty to take care and get who you want in your lifetime. So with that said, hopefully you guys understand, and hopefully you will get it, and everything will be hunky-dory and beautiful for the time that you are married with who you are. And for those who don't see me on camera and they want to see me on camera, watch my lives. You'll see me then. That's when I'm on camera. But when I'm just making these videos, I'm just trying to knock them out, put them out there so people can hear things and get an understanding of what's going on. And hopefully I will catch everybody later. And I'm going to try to knock these videos out, and everybody can learn from it. So drop a comment in the comments. Tell me what you think. Hit the like and the subscribe, and I'll catch you on my next video. Peace.